Hey, it's you again. I heard you liked my office so much you wanted to see my house. Come on in, it's the cleanest it's gonna be. Welcome to my home. This is where my life slows down and I get to relax. I love my house so much. It's my little sanctuary. So I own an old home that I have for many, many years taken the time and patience, energy, and money to restore everything from plumbing to electrical to structural issues. All the trim work that you see here, if not restored, it's all been recreated. So you got some really cool crowns on top of the window treatment. I've had to replace the flooring. I've done some things to the house that I think maintains the old heritage, but then brings it into modern day. This doorway that you see here used to be a hallway that would take you into the back of the house. I have since taken that hallway and turned it into a closet, of which you need closet space when you have an old home. And I've also turned it into a really neat two-piece powder room. So any way you want to improve the look of your home, or the value of your home, I should say, pay attention to your kitchen and bathrooms. And if you don't have an extra bathroom, well, that's what you want to do. Main floor bathrooms are really, really good to have. I've also maintained the old windows. So one of the things that is kind of heartbreaking for me is when I see people who buy old homes and they take the windows out immediately and put vinyl windows in. Sometimes it has to happen, but I've taken the point of taking my old windows and having them restored, and so they all work and they're quite beautiful. There's bubbly glass and it makes for a beautiful view. I've also done things like taking off some of the old lath and plaster and exposing some of the stonework here. I have a fabulous stonemason. I love him to death. He's done a ton of work for me. So this is a really nice feature. And I'm all about history. I'm all about restoring and making sure, I feel like I'm the steward of this house for now. I'm its custodian, and I want to maintain it, improve it so that it lasts for a long, long time. This is about, I think, about 170 years old. So I think what I've done to it will allow it to maybe last another 170 years. But it's things like this. I mean, again, I love old pieces. So I found this, it was in rough shape. I had someone restore this for me. So this gives me a little sort of bar area. So for me, though, what I really love to do, I love to entertain, I love to cook, I love to have people to my home. So I didn't spend a whole lot of money on TVs or anything like that. This is my big screen TV right here. This is my kitchen, and I spend the majority of my time here. I do a ton of cooking. My daughter actually said to me the other day, "Mom, I'm just rebelling because we're an ingredient household. Like, there's nothing pre-made here. It all comes from scratch." And I love it because I just do lots of entertaining, lots of cooking. My 6-burner gas stove is something that gets a ton of use. When you're thinking about making improvements to your home, whether it's old or it's new, I mean, honestly, focusing in on your kitchen is a surefire way of making sure that it maintains and increases its value. Flat ceilings kind of bother me, so I've taken the time to put a coffered ceiling in here. I did lose about a foot of headspace, but I think it just makes it really super cozy and adds a little bit more detail. And then, of course, you know, I have lots of people over and I do lots of cooking, so I need places to put all that food. So this is my fridge, which is kind of messy right now, so don't look. But it holds a lot, and then I have a nice big freezer here too. So this is where I go when I get really warm. So what I have outside here is a full pizza oven. The stone surrounding it was from an old building that was knocked down here in town. I was working for a developer at the time. He did me a real big favor and he gave me a whole truckload of stone. So I wanted to make sure that was put to good use. And I also built a stone wall and a really nice old church window here. So just some accent points that makes the backyard for me just really lovely. And it's my little sanctuary, my treed sanctuary right in the middle of town. So I hope you've enjoyed your tour of my home. There is a second story here, but that's where the bedrooms are. And hey, listen, we're gonna keep that safe and sacred. We gotta leave something to your imagination. I forgot to mention to you though that this house, as with a lot of old homes downtown Guelph, they all have stories. And this one actually used to be an old carpentry shop. And the story was that this big bay window used to be a set of doors, and horse and carriages used to ride through here, load up all their carpentry stuff, and head out the other side of the house. So that's kind of cool. I don't hear footsteps through the night, so it's not haunted, anything like that. But listen, thanks so much for coming. But guess what? Time's up. I gotta go to work, and you need to go. Thanks for coming. Maybe one day I'll have you over for dinner. Talk to you later.